Hello everyone, my name is Arthur Lima. I'm a software developer and this is AL Code Channel. In my last video, I showed to you how to implement a simple website. But if you noticed, I was pushing my change directly to the main branch. And for an individual project, this is not a problem. But in the companies we will work, we will not use this approach because we work with another developers. So we need to resolve some conflicts between our tasks, our features. We have some approach to follow to try to have a good development environment where someone will push their code and you will be able to merge your code as well in the same place. For that, I will talk about Git Flow, GitHub Flow, and my profile flow. My profile is the name of my project. So I will explain to you how I decided to demonstrate to you this flow. So let's go to explain about the flows we have. Remember, each company can decide how they will manage the Git, the versioning of their projects. So even though you have some patterns to follow, you don't need to follow exactly the same. You can adapt the flows to your needs, to your company. And since I want to demonstrate to you a more professional workflow, I will not continue pushing directly to the main branch. I will follow a different approach, pretending to work with another developers. So let's go to the first flow I will explain to you. A few years ago, it was proposed the Git Flow. The Git Flow is to simplify, because I don't want to spend a lot of time with these explanations. I only want to simplify to you. In the Git Flow approach, we have our master, because this is old. Nowadays, it is main, the name of the main branch. Other branch, important branch following this flow is develop. It is the branch who will have our newest code, the features we want to implement in the future in prod. So we have the develop. So as you can see, we can open new branches from develop, and we will call these branches features. We will merge to develop again. However, we also have release branch, which will be our pre-prod. We can call this like this. So we'll have our release. This is the candidate to merge with the master in this case, but nowadays it is man, so I will call man. And as you can see, we can open branch to features, and this is our timeline, and then we can return to developer, then we can open a release version, release branch. Once we finish this release, we can merge to the main branch and we'll have a tag. And this tag will be our package with all changes we implemented, and we will deploy this in production. But if you noticed, we can, in this timeline, have some problems in production. And these problems can't wait the time, for example, a sprint time, because this sprint can be 2 weeks. So a urgent problem can't wait 2 weeks to be fixed. Sometimes we have hot fixes. So this is another branch that will branch from main or master, and we will fix the problem. Then we will merge to main, and we'll have a tag number. Then we can also update our develop, because as you noticed, our develop continues having new features. So we will need to merge this code that we updated, that we fixed in the main branch. So this is the Git Flow. A lot of branches to manage. It is a good way to work, but it's a little bit complex because we need to control a lot of branches. So let's go to a more simpler workflow. In the GitHub Flow, we have our main branch, and we can open features from main branch. So we will open this feature here, we will do what we need to do, then we will return to the main, and we'll have our CI, our continuous integration and continuous deployment. Once we push to this main, we will deploy this in production. We also have bug fixes. As you can see in this timeline, we created first a bug fix, then we spent a time fixing, but between this time we had another feature. We had one feature here that spent some time and was delivered after the bug fix. This is a simpler workflow. For some companies that will work, that will enable them to have a continuous delivery and continuous integration very fast. And how I implemented in my project, I decided to use I would say a mix between these two approaches, because I wanted to show you that for some companies we can have more than one environment. In my case, I created a prod environment, which will be our main branch, and I also created a develop environment that will be our environment that we can test our changes there before we decided to push to production. We have our main branch, so I created this branch develop, and then we can have here features. As you can see, I have feature 1 and feature 2, and this is the timeline from left to right. And we can have these features. One developer will work in the feature 1, another developer will work in the feature 2, and in the end we'll have the code completed in the end of the sprint. The develop branch is completed, someone from QA tested, the quality engineers tested your features and approved. Now we need to return this change to main branch, and we will add 2 numbers version because we created 2 features here and we increased the 2 numbers. So we have the tag 1.2.0, and this is our current version here. We will deploy this tag on prod. But you notice that we also had some bug fixes to fix. So between these, while the team was developing new features and merging to development, we had some problems in production. So another developer created a bug fix directly from the main branch, fixed this, and then merged again to main branch and we created one tag. But we also had another bug fix. Then we had someone fixing this, and as you can see here, the develop team delivered their work before this fix. This was fixed here, and then in the end, after this version, this developer finished this second bug fix and delivered a new version, a new tag. We also have here, for example, if this develop with this version here, before we merge to main, we should get this update to be able to merge to main again. So as you can see, it's not so complex. We don't have so many branches like Git Flow, but for some companies, they may want to use 2 different environments, sometimes 3 or 4 for different purposes. But for our project, I decided to create only 2 to show you how a company can work. Now let's go to the code to see the changes I've done. I created 2 different workflows, one for developer and one for prod. So I split our only workflow into 2, and now we have our production infrastructure. In our case, production is not automatically deployed anymore on pushes. It is only when we decided to do this manually and we need to choose a tag for that. This is a validate tag because on production I want to validate if the tag typed in the text exists before we proceed to the deployment. And in the dev, we will still do this automatically, but we also accept tags. It's optional, we don't need to do it, but the normal flow, when we create a feature and we push to dev, we will automatically deploy. So to do a quick demo, let's go to Git status. We are in the develop branch. We don't want to push directly to develop branch anymore, but let me get the latest changes. So git pull, it's updated. I will create a new feature, welcome message. Any name. I don't have a lot of creativity for names, but in our website here, index, we have our Hello World project, and we will say welcome. Maybe hello world welcome. That's good. So we will push this change. This is our feature. So we will push welcome message. We don't have this branch yet, so we will create. And when we open the Git, so this is one of my tests, and this is the new branch we just created. The developer finished their task and will create a pull request to develop branch. So I will say I added a, no, not I added. I will say welcome message included, whatever. then we can create our pull request. Another person in the team, in the same team, will review my code. After review my changes and say, okay, that's good, I will approve your code, I will receive this approve, and I will be able to merge my branch into develop branch. In this case, I don't have anyone to approve. I will bypass this merge and merge immediately. Let's merge, bypass. I will confirm this bypass. And if we go to actions, we will see that it's running. And so we will deploy this new change. It's deploying. This is the develop environment. As you can see, the URL is different, and the cache was just invalidated. So when I refresh, I will see hello world, welcome. That's it. So if you noticed, we created one branch from develop, then we did our work. We created a pull request to this developer branch, and someone approved, and we merged. And we can have multiple developers doing the same and merging into develop branch. In the end of the sprint, we want to get this package of new features and deploy this into main, because we want to push to production. Develop environment is only for test purposes. This is not the page that your users should see. So we will push to production. We want to get all this package of chains and create a new tag. How we should do it? First, we'll get the package of develop and we'll create a pull request. We will create a pull request from main, from develop to main. So new release, create pull request. As you can see, this is a lot of code that I already created in the past. Before we continue, we will open production environment. So my production is only my profile, and as you can see, there is no welcome. Currently there is no welcome. So my new release will be from develop into main. Someone, maybe your dev lead or other people, will check all changes you have done during this time. As you can see, there is more than one file, because one file was only my welcome, but other developers also updated the code as I explained. So this is our package, our release, our new version that we want to create. So let me approve this. This is an opened merge request. I will approve this. I will bypass in this case because I cannot approve my own merge request. Merged. However, we don't have a automatic deploy for production. As I explained to you, I removed this option. So it's merged into main. So if we open main, it was merged right now, but it's not deployed on production. To deploy on production, I choose a different approach. Someone in the team, after this merge, will connect to main. So git checkout main. Let me update my main here, and we'll create a tag. Git tag and git push tags. Yes, that's it. So I created a new tag, and then I pushed this new tag to my GitHub. Let's go to the tags here. Let's open in another page. As you can see, we will have this new tag here. So what we'll deploy in production? We'll deploy tags. This is the approach I decided to do to my website, to my project. But as I explained to you, each company can decide to do what they want. Deploy main branch directly, whatever. The company, the developers, the architects, they will decide the best approach for each company. To run this Flow production infrastructure, we will choose the tag 1. Then we will deploy, and this will be manually. It's running. We validate the tag exists, and then we will deploy. That deployment will be really quick because we don't have changes in the infrastructure, only in the page. And cache and validated, it's done. So this is my URL for my prod environment. And then I will refresh and voila. So that's it. This is only one way to work, as I explained a few times during the video. Each company can decide how they will work, how many environments they will have. In my case, I choose 2 environments, prod and develop. This was only to become my project more professional and show to you the approach we can use in a company with more than one developer working to the same application. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below. I see you in the next video. Bye bye. Don't close yet. Wait, I'm back. I'm here only to let you know, if you want to see how I created this infrastructure, please click in this card and you will see the first video. Or if you want to know how I learn English, click in the second card here. Now it's over.